Bitcoin will reprice the entire world. So what that means is that Bitcoin becomes infinite in purchasing power. And so I think MicroStrategy is a good bet within there, and I think Saylor does a really good job. I think Saylor is a good actor in this space. In time, he will too face a choice. In time, we'll see which choice he makes. If it stays decentralized and secure, it's not if, it reprices the entire world for sure. Not maybe. People say they want free markets. They actually don't want free markets. They want free markets where they gain value but nobody else can. They want controlled markets.
Today we have Jeff Booth giving us his prediction for Bitcoin in 2025 and why we're on the verge of an absolute breakout. Booth discusses the collapse of the fiat money system around the world and says there's a plan to take over Bitcoin and crypto. With BlackRock being one of the biggest players to get into the space, this will be the least of our concerns, as entire countries are now coming for Bitcoin. Bitcoin has seen an unprecedented surge in the past few months, with the current price sitting just over 106,200, up almost 25% in the past month alone. In this latest interview, Booth discusses why it's more important than ever that nation-states adopt Bitcoin and incorporate into the global economy before the inevitable collapse of the current monetary system as we know it. Let's get right into the latest interview with Jeff Booth, as he gives us his prediction for Bitcoin in the coming months and why a massive surge in capital is about to pour into the space. Drop your comments down below and subscribe if you enjoy the content we do here.
We make up the market. We are both buyers and sellers, and we choose in our lives to gain more value. We constantly choose to gain more value. And any entrepreneur or anything that is created new that has to compete against what was there before. And the only reason we would choose it is if it gave us more value in our lives. You have a global system where us as actors, both as sellers or buyers, whether it's a service or a product, sellers and buyers, we are part of it. And if we choose more value, and the entrepreneurs have to compete with everything that existed before, then the output of that has to be deflation. That fair? So it's impossible to dismiss what I just said. It's a first principle. It has to be true. So let's now shift gears and let's go into the opposite system where our belief is reinforcing the world we live in. And so in 2% inflation is normal. So if the natural state of the free market is deflation, and we've already said that that's true, then and where does inflation come from? Where does the 2% come from? Because the natural rate should be the productivity rate of the world, which would be negative. So it might be -3, it might be -5, it might be -10%. As technology went faster, it might be -20%. So so where does 2% come from? So what is that? Where does that inflation come from?
I would say the printing of money.
Exactly. It comes from the manipulation of money. Whatever you wanted to call it, you could call it QE, you could call it fiscal spending, you could call it monetary easing, you could call it liquidity. It comes from the manipulation of money to create more currency units to be able to create inflation. It's the only place it comes from in a longer term. It could come from, in a short term, a scarcity in the market or an earthquake that created something that people raised their prices, but long term it can't. So over a longer term, it only comes from that. It only comes from the manipulation of money. So then it forces us down another question. Why have we built society, and why have we always built society on it, and who would win and who would lose on a society that has to steal the productivity that should flow to all of us to convince us that the manipulation of money was normal instead of saying manipulation of money or liquidity, say theft of your time, theft in money was normal. You couldn't survive in a system that allowed the free market to work. You had to have something that stole people's time. So instead of saying, what would it look like with liquidity or QE, just reinsert, what would it look like if it was okay for people to steal other people's money? What would society look like? What would they believe? What would they, and so you can start to see, and does a productive economy require 2% inflation? And there's a harder question, because most people would say, yeah, it does. But then instead of saying 2% inflation, does a productive economy require theft in money? Because all an economy is trade with other people. New ideas competing to provide you value. Why would that require theft? And if you lived in such a system that required theft, and you contributed to such a system that required theft, wouldn't you expect that as technology moved faster trying to free you, that system would move faster in the opposite way trying to control you? Because it has to. Because we built a system based on credit, and that system based on debt, where money is loaned into existence, must grow forever, or the money gets wiped out. There is no money. If it allowed deflation, all of the money that you think is money, it collapses, and every asset value that is backed by that tremendous amount of debt also collapses. So every single thing that you measure your life in collapses to zero. And it wouldn't collapse to zero because what would happen is dictators would rush into the void and convince you to allow them to control it for you, right? But ultimately, that system cannot allow deflation.
Booth asserts this journey is just beginning, comparing the initial years to the current widespread interest and investment. He also acknowledges that BlackRock's recent entry into Bitcoin will transform the crypto landscape as we know it, as more institutional investors pour in. This dramatic increase in capital will drive Bitcoin's price significantly higher, like we saw in the halving early last year. Booth highlights this being a significant development in the financial ecosystem. The ongoing adoption of Bitcoin by governments, institutions, and media signifies a broader recognition of its value.
The reality is debt is rising faster than it was, and it has to. So it's a perception of, and most people are completely fooled by that. There has to be way more printing. There has to be way more decentralization out of that system. That system cannot resolve that paradox from that system. Bitcoin will reprice the entire world. If you own one Bitcoin, you own 121 million of all of what will ever come. And not all of which will ever come in value as you perceive it today, or the purchasing power of what you receive it today, in a world that has faster and faster deflation. So what that means is that Bitcoin becomes infinite in purchasing power in time. And why is that? And so there's 5 aspects of Bitcoin that those combined make it very different. Open, anybody can move to it anywhere in the world, doesn't require somebody's permission. Decentralized, secure, protocol bounded by energy. So you have an open, decentralized, secure protocol bounded by energy. Protocols are winner take all. They're not technologies. Protocols build in layers, and there is, you're on it or you're off it. In the internet, North Korea is off of it, right? Look at what happens to their citizens. Everybody else on it. Can't negotiate with it. It imposes a new discipline. So, and it's bounded by energy. So the way that mining works, the way the consensus mechanism works to audit the mining and make sure that they've followed the rules, it bounds it to energy. So you have something bounded to energy in a system that's decentralized and secure. So now you only have to worry about two pieces. Could it be broken? Could it be centralized or become insecure? And there should be nothing else you would worry about, because if it stays decentralized and secure, it's not if, it reprices the entire world for sure. Not maybe. It's every single thing. Your houses, the way of life, your political systems, every single thing is changed by this. There's nothing untouched by it if it stays decentralized and secure. And so I've spent a lot of time, tons of time, thinking about where it wouldn't, where it would break. And I can't think of, not that we wouldn't have short-term, somebody thinks it's going to, short-term price influences and everything else, but I can't think of one, I won't get into it on this podcast, of where this is going to break. And the primary reason why I can't get into one, where it's going to break, is when you actually understand that we are Bitcoin. We literally, by running nodes, by contributing to this network, the more that you do, what you're doing on your podcast, teaching a whole bunch more people on why this is so important in their lives. And some of those people will go deeper, and they'll also run nodes, and they'll contribute, and they'll spend in Bitcoin. We are both the map and the territory. And so the more energy we're giving to this system, and the more honest, that's a truthful, honest protocol, and more people that understand it, and they unplug from this other broken, terrible system that's just sucking out their energy, and they move to this beautiful system that's competitive but cooperative, right? That everyone wins on it. They're never going back.
Jeff Booth foresees a looming economic catastrophe driven by collapsing fiat money systems, rampant inflation, and bank failures. He suggests transitioning to a Bitcoin standard as the world grapples with the impending crisis. He asserts that the promises made by the central banks have been hollow, leading to excessive money printing and a proliferation of poor investments. And with the aftermath of the recent inflation surge, this will not lead to a return to the status quo. What do you think about Jeff Booth's prediction for Bitcoin? Comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Library of Wealth. We'll see you in the next video.